Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a paradox that could literally define our future. Is artificial intelligence the key to solving the climate crisis, or is its massive hunger for energy going to be the thing that pushes us over the edge? It's a high-stakes race, and the clock is absolutely ticking. This one quote, it just lays out the entire battlefield, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got this incredible potential to slash global emissions, but on the other, an energy demand that is just exploding. This is the fundamental tug of war we need to get our heads around, and we're going to break it down piece by piece. So yeah, there it is, clear as day. You've got the promise of a much greener world weighed against the peril of this unprecedented energy consumption. It's the classic double-edged sword. So let's start with the good news. Let's look at the incredible potential on the promise side of the scale. All right, so where's the proof? Where is AI already making a real, tangible difference? Let's look at some of the concrete wins that show AI can be an incredibly powerful ally in this fight. And trust me, some of these numbers might just surprise you. 40%. Just let that number sink in for a second. What if I told you AI managed to cut something absolutely critical by nearly half? And the answer? Well, it's actually a lot closer to home for AI than you might think. And here it is. That 40% cut was in the energy needed to cool Google's own data centers. AI literally optimized its own house, making the whole operation 15% more efficient. This is such a crucial point. It proves AI has the potential to more than pay for its own energy bill. And look, this isn't just about data centers. We're seeing this ripple out across the board. In our buildings, AI-driven HVAC systems are delivering these huge energy savings. In logistics, smarter routes mean less fuel getting burned. And in agriculture, precision irrigation is slashing water use. These aren't just tiny little tweaks. These are fundamental improvements in some of our biggest industries. And here's the kicker. The thing that really drives adoption, it's not just about being green. It's about saving green. A 15 to 25% energy saving in a big building can pay for the entire AI system in less than 2 years. I mean, that's an economic argument that is just impossible for businesses to ignore. But, okay, what about the really tough nuts to crack? The big smokestack industries like cement and steel. Well, even here, AI is starting to make a real dent. By optimizing these massive, super energy-intensive kilns and furnaces, AI is cutting fuel use and preventing costly shutdowns. It's making these old-school industries way more efficient. Now for a number that's almost hard to wrap your head around, 58 million. And we're not talking about pounds or kilograms here. We are talking about 58 million tons. But tons of what? The answer is one of the most dangerous things we're releasing into the atmosphere. Methane? Yeah, a greenhouse gas that's incredibly potent, way worse than CO2 in the short term. Thanks to new EPA standards, which are being supercharged by AI that can literally spot methane leaks from satellites, we're projected to stop 58 million tons of it from escaping. This isn't some far-off goal. This is one of the biggest climate wins we can score this decade. Okay, so the upside is clear. It's compelling. But we have to be honest and confront the other side of this paradox. AI's colossal, and I mean colossal, and rapidly growing energy consumption. These numbers right here, they really speak for themselves. The International Energy Agency projects that the electricity demand from data centers is going to more than double by 2030. And the primary engine of that growth, you guessed it, AI. The sheer scale of this jump is just staggering. So to put that in perspective for you, that projected demand is about what the entire country of Japan consumes today. We are essentially adding a brand new, highly industrialized nation to the global grid, and it's a nation powered entirely by data centers. So this brings us to the most critical question in this whole debate. Does this massive new need for power automatically mean it's a disaster for the climate? Well, the answer is, it depends. Because the grid where we get the power from makes all the difference. If that new AI load is plugged into a grid that's still running on fossil fuels, yeah, it could wipe out all those amazing climate benefits we just talked about. But, and this is a big but, if it's powered by new, clean electricity, we can completely neutralize the impact. The source of the power is absolutely everything. So how do we tip the scales? How do we make sure we get all of the promise without the peril?
We need a clear plan of action. We need a playbook that ensures AI becomes a net positive for our climate.
For the power sector, the playbook is really a one-two punch. First, you use AI's own predictive power, something called nowcasting, to seamlessly blend more wind and solar into the grid. And second, and this part is totally non-negotiable, every new data center has to be powered by a dedicated, brand new source of 24/7 carbon-free energy.
And for businesses out there, the path is just as clear. Start with the low-hanging fruit. Use AI to optimize your HVAC systems. It's a huge win. From there, you tackle your core industrial processes. And then you use AI to create smarter, more efficient logistics. Every one of these steps represents proven, bankable savings. Cities can really lead the way on this by using something called performance contracts, where the cost of AI upgrades is actually paid for by the energy savings they create. Cities can retrofit buildings with basically no upfront cost. Then they can take those savings and pour them into other climate projects. It creates this amazing self-funding loop of climate action. But look, a playbook is pretty useless if you're not keeping score. To know if we're actually winning this race, we need to be tracking the right things. So this is what our scorecard looks like. And it's not just about energy and carbon. We have to track water saved, we need to measure every single methane leak we plug, and most importantly, we have to track that payback period in months, proving that these climate solutions are also just really sound financial investments. So it all really boils down to these three simple rules. Number 1, prove additionality. Make absolutely sure AI is powered by new clean energy, not just stealing it from somewhere else. 2, prioritize efficiency. Go after the biggest, fastest savings first. And 3, hit the fast levers, like tackling methane right now, while the bigger energy transition scales up. And that leaves us with the final question, the big one. Is this idea of running this incredibly powerful technology on 100% clean energy 24 hours a day, is that just a myth, a fantasy, or is it a measurable, achievable goal? The answer to that question will determine which side of the paradox wins.